Hey, congratulations, you guys.
We are so happy for you. These are for you?
Why? Look at this.
Well, you know, I think we should go get those unwrapped. What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Wait till you see this. You're gonna love this.
Honey, this is such a long time in coming. You are going to be a wonderful mother.
I hope so. James deserves it. He's been through so much.
And you do too, after everything you've been through.
But he's a little boy. I love little Marty so much. I mean, James.
I know what you meant.
I love him like he's my own.
Of course you do. And listen, it is only natural for you to be thinking about Marty and your loss at a time like this. Hey, of course you're thinking about Marty today. He's your biological son.
He was. He was so beautiful, Gwen. I never got the chance to be his mother. I know you know how I feel.
Oh, God, not a day goes by I don't think about my Sarah. You know, I love Jane as if she were my own, and I know it's gonna be the same for you and James.
It already is. I couldn't ask for a little more.
Yeah! Maybe we should take this outside, boys.
Good idea.
What did Chuck say? Go, James. Take it, James.
Maybe you should let James play with it.
I'll give him a turn. Yeah.
Come play with us, Mommy, too, and Gwen.
In a few minutes, sweetheart.
All right, come on. All right. Let's go. There's some dirt out here. Let's go.
My heart melts every time he calls me Mom.
Well, you know, today was just the legal part. You have already been his mother for many months now.
I feel like the luckiest woman in the world.
Then why am I getting the sense that something else is bothering you?
What could that be? I mean, Chris is great. James is my dream come true.
You're thinking about someone else as well as Marty, huh? You're thinking about Louise. I know you're thinking about Louise today.
Not just today, Gwen. Every day. Everywhere I go, everywhere I look, there he is. Even at the courthouse after the adoption was finalized, he was there with Fancy.
Oh.
It was a bittersweet moment. There I was, on cloud 9 with my husband and my brand new wonderful son. Picture-perfect family. Everything I've ever dreamed of. And there he was. And it just reminded me of everything that might have been.
It must have been really hard for you.
But it's over. I'm married to Chris. And I love him and James. I'm with them, and Louise can move on with Fancy.
Are you sure you're going to be able to handle that?
I have to be. Fancy called me on all the mixed signals I was sending Louise. I kept telling him there was no chance that we would ever be together, but every time I'd run into him, he could see how much I still wanted him.
And all that's just suddenly changed now?
It has to. I told Louise we can't flirt with the impossible. I am committed to my husband and my son. There's no chance whatsoever of us ever getting back together.
I know you want to believe that.
Don't you hear me? I'm committed. I've committed my life to being the best wife and mother I can be.
Well, that's gotta be pretty tough when I know you wish you were married to someone else.
I'm not denying that Louise will always hold a special place in my heart.
Okay, do not go all Hallmark on me right now. I know you've never loved anyone else the way you've loved Louise.
It doesn't matter, though. Chris is the man I'm spending my life with. He's the man I love enough to stay with. I could never betray the trust he's placed in me, and I would rather die than abandon James.
Well, I know that. But are you sure you can live with that?
I can. You'll see. Tell me about Teresa, about this new boyfriend that she has.
Well, Jared Casey is an absolute godsend. But you haven't heard the latest news. Ethan saw Teresa's will this morning.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in essence, she has left the running of the entire Crane Empire to him until little Ethan comes of age.
You've got to be kidding.
No, Ethan was just as shocked as I was. And of course, I accused Teresa of just using this as another way to get to Ethan, but I'm actually not quite sure that's what's going on here.
So she showed you and Ethan the will?
No, not exactly. That's the thing. It was delivered to Ethan by mistake. Teresa was really upset about that, and she almost fired Valerie for messing up and dropping it on Ethan's desk.
Are you sure she wasn't faking being shocked?
Not that I would put that past her, but Teresa really seemed upset, and it looked like she did not want Ethan to see that until she was dead.
That's so strange. I mean, even for Teresa, that's strange.
Yeah, but that's not it, though. There was this envelope that was also in the package when Ethan first saw the will. And when I went back to his office to go get it, it wasn't there. And something is telling me that the answers I'm looking for were in it. I wonder what Teresa's up to now.
Well, maybe it's time to stop worrying about her. I mean, maybe there's a perfectly innocent reason for her to leave her holdings to Ethan.
I would still give anything to know what was in that envelope. You know, something's telling me it would shed light on everything she's done.
Well, it might, but...
I mean, at first glance, you would think that Teresa would have nothing to gain by naming Ethan as trustee for little Ethan till he's old enough to take over.
Well, I agree.
But there has got to be more to it than that. Because why wouldn't she just sign everything over to someone in her family? I mean, of course, they would be trusted to safeguard little Ethan's legacy better than anyone else outside the family, right?
Yeah, but... well, none of the Lopez Fitzgeralds are interested in business. And certainly not Luis. And I've never heard anyone say that Miguel was interested in the corporate world. And Paloma seems to have found her calling in police work, like Luis. And, well, maybe Teresa feels Pilar won't live long enough to see little Ethan reach maturity.
I guess, but I don't know.
I know, but Ethan would probably be running the business now if someone hadn't uncovered that he was really Sam Bennett's son.
Well, we all know that was Teresa's doing now, don't we?
Well, maybe she feels guilty for her actions. Or maybe she's just being smart. She knows that Ethan will do a great job running the company, leaving it successful for her son.
It could be, but I still think there's more to it than that. We're not interrupting.
Not at all, ladies. Sheridan, come over here. Have a look at your son. Look how psyched he is about that truck.
Well, Ethan picked it up for him.
Yeah, I did.
You know, Ethan was just telling me about Teresa's unusual bequest.
We were just discussing that inside.
For the life of me, I cannot figure out what Teresa hopes to gain by leaving Ethan in charge of everything.
Well, it doesn't make sense as a ploy to interfere with your marriage, since, as you said, Teresa didn't intend on anyone seeing the will until after she passed away.
That's what I told Gwen. But I think Chris is right. I think Teresa just trusts me to keep Crane's assets intact until little Ethan's time comes.
Well, that might be. But does it really matter? I can't imagine Teresa's gonna die anytime in the near future.
Ah, true enough.
James, that's enough. You want to come inside with us for some snacks?
Can I offer you a beer?
Yes, you can. Thank you.
Excellent. We'll see you inside.
Well, I am not convinced. Because Teresa never does anything without a motive. And I'm gonna find out what this one is.